Hello, welcome back to the channel, and this is a channel where we give you reviews, playthroughs, unboxings. We generally like to talk a load of bollocks, tabletop gaming in general, and in this video we are going to continue our countdown of the top 100 board games of all time. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, if your super duper favourite board game isn't on this list, then that's because A, we ain't played it, or B, we think it's complete and utter shit. So remember, if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to this channel, hit the like button, and all that YouTube bullshit. See you after this. Bollocks. So number 70 on this list is a game that was first released, I think it was 1979 or 75 or something like that, and it's still in print. It's Cosmic Encounter. In this game, you will be taking on the role one of a multitude of alien species, and you will be vying for control of the galaxy by trying to get a certain amount of your ships onto your opponent's colonies, right? The thing that makes Cosmic Encounter so special is the alien special abilities deliberately try and break the game. So this results in one of the most unpredictable and chaotic games that you could ever hope to play. One of the problems with Cosmic Encounter is that the fact that it's so chaotic and so unpredictable, it's wildly unbalanced, and if you end up with an alien that doesn't really do anything based on what the other alien abilities are, then you could end up royally screwed, right? But I can forgive Cosmic Encounter for that. There's a reason why it's still in print, and that's because it is a one-of-a-kind game, right? So number 69 on this list is a game by a self-proclaimed social eco-justice warrior. It's superhuman being Eric M. Lang. This is Rising Sun. This was way up on our list a few years ago, but it's gradually dropped down because it's sort of starting to expose the flaws in the game, yeah? But it doesn't mean it's a bad game, by all means. If you've got the Kickstarter version of this, it's one of the most lavishly produced games ever made, right? It's bog standard dudes on the map game. You'll be placing your units out onto the board to try and gain control of territories. You'll be taking control of a load of huge monsters that do loads of damage, and you'll be playing cards to get victory points, right? This is the second part in an unofficial trilogy that comprised of Blood Rage. This one, Onk, which I haven't played, so I can't really comment on that. But yeah, Rising Sun, it's a highly thematic game, lavishly produced, it's got some nice mechanics, and it's pretty damn good. Number 68 on this list is another game by Uwe Rosenberg. Some learned people in the board game and reviewing industry say that this is one of the best three-player games of all time. Not too sure about that, but it's still a pretty damn good game. It's Le Havre. In this game, you'll be taking resources of boats that are travelling into the port of Le Havre. You'll be trading in these resources to buy different types of buildings, and one of the things that we really like about this is that the same buildings are going to come out, but you just don't know what order they're going to come out in. Yeah, it's a mechanism is borrowed heavily from one of his previous efforts, Agricola, right? There's 1,000,001 different buildings to buy, and the game sort of scales quite well as you move the different levels of buildings, right? So the game seems to open up and present you with different challenges each time you play it, yeah? This game's probably best at 3 players because it is kind of long if you play it with 4 or 5. But yeah, it's just an enjoyable Euro-style romp in the Uwe Rosenberg fashion. So number 67 on this list is an auction bidding game by Rainer Knizia. It's a game called Ra. In this game, you will be using your sun tiles on a variety of different tiles, yeah? The Ra tile is exposed, there'll be an auction. You have to use one of these sun tiles and take another one, right? So you have to think very carefully about which sun tile you are going to use at what point in the game, yeah? Once you collect these tiles, it's a general set collection type thing where you'll be getting different points for different types of things that you collected. But Ra is such a simple concept, yeah? It's a stripped back auction game that is immensely fun, and it's like typical of Rainer Knizia in it, where there's a simple idea based on mathematical principles of probability, and he's sort of like smothered a little bit of shit over it, create a theme, isn't he? Number 66 on this list is a hidden traitor game based on the John Carpenter movie of 1982. It's The Thing, the board game. In this game, you'll be taking on the role of the characters of the movie. One of you is going to be infected with the Thing, and you'll be running around the Antarctic compound, putting out different types of fires, trying to find out who the Thing is without getting infected yourself. This is a hugely enjoyable game, right? One of the things we like about this is that even if you're not the Thing, you can still get infected. The game sort of whittles down the good players, adding them to the bad team until there's basically only one of you left. And if that happens and you do manage to escape via helicopter, then the sense of achievement is unparalleled, yeah? I mean, there's loads of these hidden traitor games out there, isn't there? You know, Battlestar Galactica and all that sort of stuff. But the thing injects a novel twist into the genre, and it's just a hugely enjoyable hidden traitor game, yeah? One that you should check out. Just watch out for those sort of glints in your opponent's eyes. Number 65 on this list is a game that is designed by one of our favourite game designers, Paolo Mori. It's Ethnos. In Ethnos, you'll be playing cards that relate to different fantasy factions. You'll be trying to get sets, colours and numbers and suits. You'll be playing sets of cards to take part in these sort of mini games that are associated with each of the factions. It's got a little bit of area control bunged in there. You could put tokens out of the board, take control of the Isle of Ethnos. And one of the bummer things about this game is it never really got an official expansion. It had the Fairies promo cards, but cool me or not, didn't bother to give us any more factions, which is a real shame. This has just been reprinted under a different theme. I haven't looked at that. There's no point looking at it. Ethnos is a fast-paced set collection area control game that, whilst it looks like complete and utter dog shit, it plays really well. Number 64 on this list is a bag building game called the Quacks at Quedlinburg. This won the Spiel des Jahres a few years ago. It came out of nowhere. Nobody knew where it came from or what it was, and it turned out to be one of the hits of the year. In this game, you will be placing different ingredients into a bag. You'll be pulling them out, hoping you don't pull out cherry bombs that will make your cauldron explode. This is a push your luck game, isn't it? It's now got a couple of really good expansions like the Herb Witches and the Alchemists. It's got that feel of the Euro games that were sort of released around 2008, 2012. Yeah, it's a bit nostalgic for me. There's no massive fuck off Kickstarter miniatures in here, and there's no real cube pushing or anything like that. So it sort of straddles the void between classic sterilised Euro and a sort of thematic experience, yeah? Quacks at Quedlinburg can be a little bit frustrating if you continually pull the horse shit out of your bag when you don't really want to, but it's such a short game. It takes a push your luck mechanism and runs with it, doesn't it? Number 63 on this list is a roll and move racing game. Fucking roll and move, yeah? I can hear you lot at the back shitting yourself when I said roll and move. But Formula D uses custom dice. You're going to roll the dice, you're going to move your car forward. Thing about this game is that when you hit a corner, you have to stop a number of times in that zone. Okay, it's a dumb, stupid game, yeah? Roll and move shouldn't really work. For some reason, Formula D manages to pull it off. The rules are a little bit wonky. There's loads of add-on rules that you can put in. You can do some street racing shit where you can add mods to your car and all that. You can strip all that shit out if you want to just play the basic roll and move game, then you can, right? But Formula D opened up people's eyes to what is possible with roll and move, yeah? And it's not just a case of revisiting your 70s or 80s childhood with those shitty MB games, yeah? Formula D is super. Number 62 is a game by Christoph Bollinger, a designer that was on fire about 10-15 years ago. Now seems to be wallowing in the stickiness of his own poo. It's Archipelago. This is a 4X game. I'm not going to try and name all the 4Xs because I will get it wrong. But in this game, you will be trying to exert your influence over the citizens of the archipelago. You're basically going to be a complete and utter cunt. You'll be building buildings, you'll be building ships, you'll be spreading your imperialist doctrine through building churches, and you'll be basically trying to steal loads of shit from the indigenous population. Archipelago has got one saving grace, and that is it's got a host of different personality cards or event cards that you can use. Billions of them, yeah? So the game is always going to be different each time you play it. This still causes a little bit of controversy with the representations in the game, but I'm not going to get into that because that's going to be like sticking your head into a dishwasher, innit? The game as a whole has been in our top 100 since we started doing this, right? Probably Christoph Bollinger's best game, yeah? Number 61 on this list is the Voyages of Marco Polo. This is from Daniel Tassini, another designer who has felt the wrath of the odious ghouls on the nasty little website. This is a dice drafting game, yeah? You're going to roll your dice and then you will be placing your dice out onto the board to take actions based on the number of pips that are on the dice. You might want to roam around the Asian continent, building trading posts. You might want to go and see the Fulton and get my favourite. Or the one thing that makes Marco Polo a fucking good game is that each player is going to have take control of a personality. It's going to give you absolutely stunning game cellophane breaking abilities. And it's a case you're going to be looking at other people's abilities thinking, fucking hell, I wish I had that ability. But they're going to be looking at your ability and thinking, fucking hell, I wish I had theirs. You might take control of a character that doesn't need to roll their dice. You can like choose what numbers you want on your dice. I think there's an expansion for this. I can't remember what it's called. It's way out of print and I'm gutted I didn't pick it up. They did release Marco Polo 2, which is basically the same game wrapped up in a load of cellophane bullshit. But yeah, we still love playing the Voyages of Marco Polo because it's fucking awesome. So there you go. That is numbers. I'm lost now. Number 70 down to 61. Have you gone bald yet? Have you gone sick off work with stress after watching this inane diatribe of shit? If you haven't, come back for numbers 60 down to 51. Don't forget to write to Santa. You run out of time, people, because if you want Santa to empty his sack up your chimney with these games, you better get them letters in quick. I will tell you a little secret though. All those letters you send Santa then are going to the Northern Ireland Royal Mail Distribution Centre to be incinerated, right? So fucking humbug to you. Come back next time for more Christmas related reality check disappointments. We'll see you next time.